Intermountain Healthcare Dixie Regional Medical Center has a unique and important clinic, the Radiation Exposure Screening and Education Clinic. That was established at Dixie Regional Medical Center in 2004 to aid thousands of individuals exposed to the nuclear testing at the Nevada test site in the 1950s and partly in the 60s. Rebecca Barlow from the clinic joins us today. Thank you for taking the trip up here.
Glad to do it.
This is so important because we know that a deadline is looming. 2022 is when funding runs out for these testing.
Actually, the law was written to where July of 2022 is when the law expires or sunsets, as the government says. So unless the law is extended, if they don't get their application in before July of 2022, they won't be able to apply.
We're talking about some 60,000 people, and they're called downwinders. Explain who these people are, where they
So, downwinder is a term that is people who lived in southern Utah, northern Arizona, and eastern Nevada at certain set times through the 1950s and July of 1962, and were exposed to that radiation from the atmospheric testing at the Nevada test site. Those people may be more susceptible to certain cancers. And with this law, if they develop one of the 19 qualifying cancers, they can apply for a $50,000 one-time compassionate payment from the government. Mm-hmm. The law that authorizes that is the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, and that is the law that's due to expire in July of 2022, unless we can get it extended.
And this downwinder term comes from the mushroom cloud that when they were testing these nuclear devices, that's how the downwind, the stream of what happened technically.
That's exactly right, and a lot of people don't understand that at the Nevada test site they tested almost 100 atmospheric bombs. So it's not just a couple or a few, there were quite a few of them.
So there are three categories where people can qualify. What are they?
They're uranium workers, those that worked in the uranium mines, mills, or transported the ore. The Nevada test site workers themselves, those that worked at the test site, and then the ones that live downwind in the certain qualifying areas that we talked about earlier.
And some of these, and many of them, are Native Americans. Do you worry that some of the information might not be getting to them?
It's hard. Some of the Native Americans have a harder time proving that they were here, or having, showing proof of presence, they call it, with birth certificates and that, because they just didn't have them. The Department of Justice works with the reservations and the Native Americans to try and help them find their proof of presence and their proof of where they lived.
And unfortunately, many have died, but you're talking about the family members, the spouses and children who may still be alive.
If somebody has died, then their spouse first can apply for them. If their spouse has also passed away, then their children, grandchildren, and it goes down from there.
All right. For more information, I know there's a lot to digest here, but there's so much more on intermountainhealthcare.org. It's the Radiation Exposure Screening and Education Clinic at Dixie Regional Medical Center. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, you're very welcome.